Let me see. The chat. All right, so I started a poll. Let me know what you guys think. You can hear me? Hey, how y'all doing? It's crazy. It's getting crazier by the day. Shanice, I think Cash, Asia. Hey, how you doing? I want to say I appreciate all of y'all for supporting the channel, especially while we uncover the truth with this CJ So Cool madness. Hey, you know what? Like I said before, I don't want to discredit what Jalea's saying, because at the end of the day, we all parents. But at the end of the day, we got to look at it for what it is. You know, she did come on there and say, "Oh, I'm gonna end his career," and then CJ been capping for so long as well. So we just got to see how it play out. We got to see how it play out. I'll see y'all vote. Make sure y'all vote in the poll. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you believe CJ did it. Because that writing on the back was crazy. You know, writing CJ right on the back in that video I did was just wow. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. I appreciate that. Shout out to Asia. Appreciate your videos and common sense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I always give non-biased perspectives, because my job as a YouTuber, what I believe is, I'm not finna sit up here and just ignore the facts. I would never ignore the facts. I'm always going to look at everything and use deductive reasoning. Yeah, I'm gonna if she go to the cops, if royalty actually go to the cops and she literally file, or do a case, then let the proceedings go. But if she's gonna, go back and forth with the YouTube and only monetize the videos, that's one thing. But if you're gonna literally, hey, how you doing? If you're gonna literally just monetize your videos and you're not going to the police, to me it's kind of, it's up in the air. See, but we got more people. We got 86% of people saying CJ did it. 86 out of 14 people saying no. But that's what happens when you're biased, when you going back and forth, when you ain't real. That's what happens. CJ doesn't know how to remain consistent. He always going back and forth. He don't know how to remain, use his logic. He just illogical. And when somebody's that crazy, my only thing is I don't like about CJ is he's playing like he just found out when CJ. Oh yeah. Because obviously royalty disclosed that she been told him. She been emailed him about this. So he said absolutely nothing. Jay said she went to the police the second that they told her. Well, I don't know. I mean, if she did a police report, literally they would take the kids. I've known people that literally have got a restraining order on people, and their kids were taken from them during that time frame, and they didn't allow that person to have the kids during the investigation. So it really all depends. I mean, if she actually went to the police, then I don't believe that CJ would, because everybody lives in reality. This is not YouTube. We live in reality. Chinese facts, but he posts everything. Let me see. Be careful, because his mom is going to be coming for you. I don't care about Simple Michelle. See, people gotta understand something. This woman was never in none of her kids' lives. Not in one of them. She did not take care of none of her kids to be speaking on anything that's dealing with parenting. That's why at the end of the day, it's not that I'm trying to say that royalty is an amazing parent, but comparing freaking Simple Michelle to royalty is crazy work. Simple Michelle ain't never raised no kids. She stole from her kids. All she did was, you know what I'm saying, she was on that booger sugar. We know what she was on. It's kind of heresy though, because they supposed to prove it. Only thing they can do is a lie detector. Yeah, but you know what? Lie detectors don't even stand. When you go to trial and people actually go for lie detectors, they just throw them out. Why you think people like Steve Wilkos and all these people back in the day always did these stupid lie detector tests? They just don't stand in trial because people know how to literally manipulate lie detector tests. Fact, she's a viewer just like, hey. At the end of the day, let Simple Michelle come. You know what? I'm willing to get on any panel. I'm willing to talk to anyone. And I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Simple Michelle. She can bring all her friends at the same time. They can all try to double team me. They can all try to bring their perspectives. I'm a respectable person. I don't mind Simple Michelle bringing anybody she wants. Because at the end of the day, facts will stand. I'm very pragmatic. Fact, she's a viewer. Yeah, she's a lunatic. Let me tell you something. That woman feed off of her son and try to gain clout. She never looked at him as a son. She be like, at CJ so cool. Who, if you know your son is dealing with something so traumatic, why would you say at CJ so cool on your live? I would have said, no, my son is going through something traumatic, and I would have been talking. I would want to reach out to royalty behind closed doors and literally try to talk to her and try to get an understanding and see what happened. I'm not going to go to the internet with it. Yeah, she looks at him for a check. And Carlos, that dude that she with, whatever the case may be, you know, she freaking dated his brother before him. And that says a lot. She has no honor, no dignity, no respect. If that's the kind of person she is, if she's willing to date somebody's brother and then literally date, like, come on, man, that's crazy. That's nasty work. And at the end of the day, she's definitely using him to get her channel up. Yeah, definitely. We already know that. She don't care about CJ at all. She just like she did when they were kids. She went to the house and stole all their belongings, stole a whole bunch of things, and just wanted to get it for that booger sugar. You know, she wanted that white girl in the street. She didn't care nothing about her kids. That's why Bates went ahead and said, oh, she met them like when he was like 20 something already. And Bates was there. Michelle can't talk about no one's parenting. Exactly. She can't talk about no one's parenting. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, royalty is a single mother. She may have made some mistakes in the past, but at least she still got her kids. Freaking Simple Michelle, she never had her kids all at once. She never did. So for her to try to comment and brag and say, man, that girl don't know what she doing, she just not there. But I hear her never talk that way about Nike for some reason. I don't know what it is. She never talks that way about Nike. You would never think, you know, she would at least try and be a grandma. Yeah, Jay, exactly. She don't want to be no grandmother. You saw the way she was in that video when CJ invited her up there and she was trying to follow the twins around the house. They were so uncomfortable. They was like, man, I don't even want to be around this lady. Who the hell is this lady? But she about to talk about hey, let her, like I said before, hey Queen Mama 24. Let me tell you something. Let Simple Michelle say whatever she wants. Just like at the end of the day, we're all watching. We're all trying to pay attention to the facts. We're looking at what royalty said. We're looking at what Jalea said. We're looking at what CJ is talking about. CJ on 32s. You know, at the end of the day, I don't know. They was talking about that earlier today. They were saying how CJ on 32s should have never posted what royalty sent him. How y'all feel about that? How you feel about CJ? So CJ on 32s is the one that kind of kicked it off. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. A lot of people believe CJ on 32s is the one that truly kicked it off. And he just quickly deleted it right after he posted it. Like he didn't even want to keep it up. He wanted to take it down real quick as if he was sending a warning shot. And so that's what I'm talking about. It's like at the end of the day, you know, I'm not biased because I got daughters. So if anybody can speak on something, it's me. I have daughters. So I know if my daughter came to me with a claim like that, I'm just not going to simply dismiss it. But at the end of the day, I still got to look at the facts and what potentially could have happened. When you look in the past, Jalea never really seemed, uncomfortable around him. But at the end of the day, a lot of people can hide. A lot of people can hide their traits and who they are. Some people are very deceptive. And then we look at somebody like CJ, he's really sneaky. He know how to play the field. He know how to look behind the scenes and, create all these different tactics and take all the attention off of him. You see what he did with Lexi? He said debates. I finally got rid of that white woman. I finally got rid of her. He doesn't want to take ownership and accountability. He don't want to take ownership and accountability. It's the same way he did with royalty. He literally said that, what was I supposed to do? I had nowhere else to go, so I had to date a single mother. I'm a little sister with it because shouldn't have came out that way because it was Jay. Yeah, at the end of the day, I agree with that, Jay Jones. At the end of the day, if you went through something traumatic and you could have potentially, got touched in that manner, then let J-Dub, let Jalea be the one to spill the tea. Let her be the one to fully come out. If she doesn't want to give us all the details, of course, nobody wants to hear all of it because this is YouTube at the end of the day. But let her speak her truth. I would have thought royalty would have had Jalea in the video, at least holding her. She could have been holding Jalea while she was doing the video, and Jalea didn't even have to look at the camera. She could have just been standing in her mama's bosom and just been like, royalty could have been like, you know what happened to my daughter? I'm gonna let her tell it. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna go into detail because it's her story. And I don't really like people dismissing, a lot of victims. That's like, CJ was trying to compare it to, why they didn't come out sooner? Why you didn't say it right when you had the facts? A lot of people that get molested, a lot of people that get treated in that manner, they are embarrassed. They don't feel comfortable coming out and just saying it. Sometimes it's just the right time. Some people have to wait to the right time in order to speak on it. Yeah, I appreciate you kicking it with the rocks. I appreciate you. VTV, yeah. It's a private matter. Let her tell. Exactly. Let her tell her story. If she want to tell her story. And I just didn't like, I was kind of like tripping when she was on Instagram a little bit, because when she posted and said, this girl about to ruin your career, I would have thought she would have been a little bit more, her countenance would have been a little more sadder instead of coming off so arrogant. That's the only thing with Jalea I was kind of looking at. And so to me, I'm kind of just looking at it from that point of view. Let her tell her story, and CJ got to stop gaslighting it. I ain't gonna lie, when he said he brought those two thotties to the house and royalty saw it on the camera, I just thought that shit was wild to me, because you gonna bring two thoughts to the house and while the kids was there. That's the thing that drove me wild. I'm like, you brought two thoughts to the house while the kids was there? And literally, he put the kids in there. Yes, let me tell you what I said about that. And I hear his mama, Simple Michelle, not even speaking on this. Why is Simple Michelle not speaking on the fact when he told that story about the two thotties coming to the house? How come he didn't speak on the fact when that one girl went back in the house and stole all the royalty shit? That girl could have went back in the house and did something to them kids. As a parent, you got to understand something. You open your doors to strangers, anything can happen. I said it in my last video. Everyone's asking for proof. How do you prove someone touched you as a child when an adult can't prove? Hey, look, at the end of the day, like I said before, and she stood away from Sean. She talks about him. People threaten him. Listen, how do you prove that situation? You got to do an investigation. You got to let the cops, let the professionals do it. That's how you prove that. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of innocent people in jail for things they didn't do. But let the cops, let the detectives do their job and see. Joshua, I think it's Joshua. I think I say it like Isaiah, Josiah. How you doing? Queen vlogs by college. Lie detector test. Like I said before, you can do a lie detector test, But a lot of people know how to manipulate lie detector tests. That's why it doesn't stand in trial. A lot of people don't even use it because it's not valid. A lot of times, a lot of people try to do it. Now, if you want to do it for the people, put them all on the lie detector test. I'll put Royalty, Jalea, CJ, all of them on the lie detector test. If it's just for the people, if y'all just want to, get that off your chest, but in a court, they're not going to take it as hard evidence. Exactly. But they're not going to speak on them two thoughts going into the house. They're not going to speak on none of that. Because at the end of the day, that girl went back into the house and robbed them. And what if she went into the kids' wing? What if she went into Jalea's room? What if she went into Leon? What if she went over there to Nation? Nobody's talking about that. But CJ tried to make it appear as if, oh yeah, it was on camera. It was on camera, so obviously you didn't see me going to the kids' area. And since he lies so much, who's to say that he wasn't doing that on purpose? Who's to say that he didn't invite them girls over there so Royalty can see, look, when I have these two thotties come over, I'm not going to even look at the kids' area. I'm going to go straight upstairs and 3 hours later come right back down. So who's to say at the end of the day? And a female threat in my life like Charlene and CJ won't ever have to worry about me. Hey, kicking it. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie. If this come out that it was a lie, then that ain't gonna look good. That's not gonna look good at all. If it comes out that it's a lie, and CJ on 32's put that out there, and Royalty said this, and Jalea said this is all what if situations. If it comes out that this is all a lie, I ain't gonna lie, man. A lot of people gonna have to get off the internet, or a lot of people gonna have to find something else to do, because I don't think you can recover from something like that, because that's assassinating someone's character. And as much as I don't like CJ, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy as a man. Also, keep saying that CJ was never alone with those children and he was with them. Yeah. Another thing, like me and mine, I agree. CJ was alone with them. He even said in the video before, he said, I raised Royalty's kids, not Royalty. He said, I raised Royalty's kids. So if a person is clearly saying that they raised Royalty's kids, there's videos of CJ alone with the kids. I mean, going to these theme parks, going to all this, trampoline parks by himself. He wasn't with Royalty all the time. That's actually true. He was not with Royalty every moment with the kids. There were some occasions where he was out with them alone. Now, that video I did when the kids see him as a father. And when somebody trusts you on that level, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. There's many occasions where the person that is closest to you, I'll always say this for everyone that has been a victim of, SA or whatever the case may be, it's literally the people that's closest to you that do these things. How was the brother telling anything when we're in the guest house? Exactly. Kenneth and his wife, don't get me wrong, they may have been around at that time, but when you're in the guest house, you're not going to know everything. There's people that get molested literally in the same house, under the same roof, and people have not known. There's plenty of people that have gone through things like that and nobody in the house knew until later on. I'm pretty sure a lot of us got family members ourselves and others that have been in situations where we were SA'd or whatever the case may be, and no one in the house knew. There's plenty of situations like that. Said penetrate. I don't know about all that. The bad, I don't know. That's one thing. I don't know. Like I said, I believe that Jalea is still a V. To my understanding, I think that's what Royalty said. I think that she's still a V. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all coming in here so we can get this up. Because I want, at the end of the day, I told you I'm willing to go toe-to-toe and debate anybody, on this topic in terms of, Simple Michelle. If anybody want to come on, the CJ So Cool want to come on, anybody want to come on, I don't really mind, because at the end of the day, I'm about facts. And I'm going to piece it together. I'm going to use deductive reasoning. I'm not going to just speak from a biased perspective. I'm going to be real with it. But like I said before, there's a lot of things in the middle. CJ never addressed giving Jalea. Oh yeah, he never addressed that neither. Now Royalty did say that he gave the kids trees or Jalea trees. Now I never heard CJ talk about he gaslight that situation. He did gaslight that situation. He ain't never speak on that. He ain't never speak on that. But you know, that's one thing that he has to address. I think at the end of the day, if you don't address things like that and you let that go by, people gonna start thinking, why is he not addressing giving Jalea trees? Why is he not addressing, you know, these other accusations to the point where people can truly believe what he's saying? Now, like I said before, I don't believe all the way that he did it. Just like I don't want to discredit Jalea. It's like it's in the middle. Right now, it's hanging in a balance. So well, if he's suing all content creators, mind you, all this is alleged. Now, if you concrete saying he did something, then of course you can probably be in some deep water. Now, if you out there saying he definitely did this to Jalea, it's for certain, it's guaranteed. Keep saying that he messed with their family, she was going to expose something. Well, had a few mess with them. Well, at the end of the day, CJ don't know when to quit. That's the same thing that happened with CJ on 32s. He ain't know when to quit. He ain't know when to quit at all. He just kept going back and forth when CJ on 32s literally told him that, you know what, you say one more thing, I'm finna disclose something. You say one more thing, and look what he did. He went ahead and exposed something. Now, at the end of the day, CJ on 32s has to hold that. Because if that comes back not true, that's going to make him look bad. And a lot of people ain't going to trust CJ on 32's word no more. So you got to make sure that that's actually concrete. That's why CJ on 32's can be actually, you know, he can get sued for putting that out there because that's defamation of character. Well, so, you know, I would have said allegedly. If I was CJ on 32's, I would have said, well, this allegedly happened. I would have never said, oh yeah, this is for sure. The family then reached out to me and said that CJ did this. 32 really didn't say anything. Yeah, but when you post it, it's like you're agreeing and there's no alleged behind it. If you put he allegedly did it, or you know, it's still, you know, up in the air. These are all allegations. Then you can, you know, you're acquitted. But if you're just simply saying that, like, you know, like a lot of people out there just saying, oh, nah, he did it, that's when you're going to get in trouble. I wish he just would have never said anything. Yeah, that's true. Now, if he would have never said nothing from the jump, I mean, the family could have been handling it behind closed doors. What you confused about? Now, look, at the end of the day, like I said before, both people, like I said, I'm not biased, so I'm not finna come from a biased perspective. Both people have said things like when, you know, Royalty mentioned that, I believe she said Kamari did something to Dea before. And I believe that's what's really was behind it all. I think she said that Kamari was the one that originally did something to her, including the toilet water. That is not a matter for yeah, exactly. It's not a matter for the internet. I know what she was doing. That's not. I don't believe it. She asked him about. Yeah, she asked him about the toilet water. He never. He didn't really. He said that Royalty is the one that gave the kids the toilet water. That's what he said. He said Royalty is the one that gave the toilet water, and then Royalty was the one that said it was Kamari that gave the toilet water. And then I did videos in the past saying, no, Royalty need to say something. I mean, if it's legit, then don't speak on it. Let the investigators do their job. Let the detectives do their job. And his lawyer got to look. The thing about CJ right now, he might have more money at the moment than Royalty, so of course he can afford a better lawyer. Everybody's foolish. Yeah, Royalty. Oh yeah, Angela. See, I always deflect. Yeah, he deflect. Like I said before, when he mentioned that he had no other place to go, that's why he dated a single mother. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because you was dating a single mother before Royalty. You've been dating women with children. Royalty wasn't the first woman you dated with children. So that is just weird. That's like when you trying to say, man, I had nowhere, I'm supposed to go back to Gary. You're a grown man. Go back to Gary. Go somewhere else and literally work your way up. Build yourself up. Why you want to go stay underneath a woman and her mother and her kids? Well, it has videos too, yeah. So it's like it's weird, but now I see the poll changing a little bit. More people, and you got 70% of people saying CJ did it, and you got 30% saying no. Yeah, but CJ contradicted himself. You got now base 100 to me was the one that truly, I looked at CJ So Cool very differently because Bates is a real friend. You can tell just off his demeanor and his persona that he's a real dude. So Bates, when Bates said that, Buddy is like all over the place. He's delusional. He's unstable. That's when you got to look at like that's the person that knew him for 20 plus years. So that says a lot. But CJ is crashing out, and Jay Jones, and she didn't even come out about the Kamari stuff either. Nike said something about that because CJ told her on royalty. She said, yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, she didn't even come out about it. So about the Kamari stuff. So, but like I said before, when I heard Bates say what he said about CJ, somebody who known him for years, you gotta understand something. That shit is wild. Bates didn't do nothing to this dude. Nothing. And I didn't even know Bates' brother passed away and CJ didn't go to the funeral. That's nasty work. How Bates' brother died and you known this man all those years and you don't even go to the funeral, but you literally told him and CJ on 32s not to come when you got shot? That's crazy work. Like I said before, a lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of contradictions, there's a lot of plot holes, but we got to see how this unfolds. And the more we see how this unfolds, that's when the truth is going to come out. If people are legitimately going to the authorities, then we going to see it all. And at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we ain't saying nothing concrete. I don't want nobody getting in no type of shit. I don't want nobody getting in nothing. I don't want people, to have their channels. I don't want people to get sued by CJ So Cool. If I was you, don't even be saying, who knows? People taking screenshots, people doing anything saying, oh yeah, this person said that he did it. This person said that, it's true. So you better be careful what you write on his videos, on royalties videos, because if something come back and it's false, people can sue you for defamation. And especially if somebody that want to be petty, anybody that says something, if you got a YouTube channel, be careful. I always say alleged. This is all for entertainment purposes only. I am not finna sit up here and say anything in regards to that it was concrete. Like I said, I'm not biased. I didn't say CJ did it. I ain't trying to have nobody come from my channel in a sense like I was like, oh yes, he did. Or saying like, but I don't want to discredit no side. I don't want to discredit no one. I'm looking out. I have daughters myself, so I know how that look. I would know exactly how I would feel. I know I'd be fucking heated. I'll probably be seeing red right now. If somebody said they touched my daughter, so I already know I'll be going wow. But at the end of the day, I'm a black man at the end of the day as well. So if somebody want to put false allegations on you, that can damage you. That can really hurt you. So let's just keep it, like I said, everybody out there, I hope that you guys be safe. Do not allow the internet or people on the internet to put you in a predicament or situation that you can get sued by CJ So Cool or anyone. Don't be writing on these pages, writing comments saying things like, oh, he did it because his lawyer probably taking screenshots and all this crap of people, and you don't want to be caught up in that mess. That's all I'm saying. Don't just be like, look, I believe he allegedly, it's a possibility he did it. That's how I go about it. But I want to say I appreciate all y'all for supporting the channel. All y'all that's not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Y'all be watching the channel. Y'all don't be subscribing, man. I'm coming through with more heat each and every day. To all my for lifers out there, I thank you guys for tuning in and everybody that's consistently, pushing the, the videos and sharing them. I appreciate you guys. Other than that, I'm up out of there. I see you guys.